Hello, Mike here with MGK Pools, and I want to talk to you today about pumps. So, we got a lot to go over. I'm going to start out by comparing the form factor of the standard. I mean, so many people up in New England have this pump here, this Hayward Super Pump. And the Hayward Super Pump, there's a couple modifications. These are my service pumps that I use when I go out and I clean pools. So there's some, like, you wouldn't normally see this stuff here, but so I use these for blowing out pools. So these are set up for winterizing right now, these lids anyways. But I just want to talk to you about these two pumps, right? So we have a single speed and we have a variable speed. And Pentair did something really good. They made it easy to swap out a Hayward, right, with one of their Pentairs. How'd they do that? They made the form factor exactly the same. If you could read that from the ground, it would be like 8 3/4, and here from the ground it would be 8 3/4. Then, not only that, but they made this measurement exactly the same as well. So from the front of the pump housing to right in the center is about 9 1/2. They did the same thing here, 9 1/2. So that when you go to swap out this energy hog for a variable speed Pentair, different brand, it's easy to do. It's super simple to do because it's the exact same fit. So if your plumbing ends here and your plumbing ends here and you're trying to replace the pump, well, they made it easy for you to do, to swap to their brand. Brilliant. Why wouldn't I go to a variable speed Hayward if I have a Hayward pump now? Let me tell you something. The programming, the controls, everything on the Hayward model, it looks like the Starship Enterprise. It looks super sleek and modern and beautiful. Programming the thing's a pain in the butt. And they have issues with the Hayward. I went to this back in 2015, 2016. These pumps are bulletproof. I mean, the old single speeds were bulletproof. See my my extension cord. I use these. I bring these out to people's pools. I put it on the side. I plug it in. I hook my vacuum hose up here, my discharge hose here. I vacuum their pools straight to waste with these service pumps. Well, because these only pump at one speed, sometimes the vacuum would get stuck to the bottom of the pool. With the variable speed, I'm able to slow the pump down a little bit, and I do a better job vacuuming. So, but I'm going to go over a few things with these pumps. I have a new pump that is about $150, almost $200 cheaper than my favorite pump right here. The Pentair 342001. That's what this sucker is right here. Super easy to program, really bulletproof. And so if you're looking to swap out a Hayward, right? They always had the leaky pump seals. If you're looking to swap out the single speed energy hog, I highly recommend. If you've got like 3 or 4 return jets, you've got 1 or 2 skimmers, you don't have any fancy plumbing, this Superflow pump here, the 342001, is going to do an amazing job for your pool. You're going to save so much energy by running it at slower speeds. Keep in mind, if you got a heater or if you have a DE filter, you can't really run it at super low speeds because you got to have a certain minimum flow to keep that heater running, or to keep the DE, diatomaceous earth, clung to the grids. These are way better for big cartridge filters, for above ground or in ground. Variable speed, 2-speed pumps are way better for cartridge or sand. Moving the water slowly through the filter, doesn't beat up the filter like the old 1 speeds. It filters better because you're not jamming that water through. The old 1 speeds used to cause channeling in the sand filters. Pumping slower through a sand filter, longer, less energy, less money on energy costs, and better filtered water. So there's a lot of reasons to go from the energy hog 1 speed to the variable speed. And nowadays, with the prices coming down, I'm going to introduce you to a pump. Maybe maybe in this video, yeah, in this video, I'm going to introduce you to another pump that, like the Hayward, most of the parts are made in China and are assembled here in the States. So, yeah, I'm going to introduce you to a Speck pump. It's actually a German company that buys their parts in China and assemble them here in the U.S. I don't know, but I'm going to tell you that I know that when you're looking for a durable pump, something that's going to last, you know, for price, I don't think you're going to beat the Speck pump. But if you're looking for something with a little more teeth, you're going to want this Pentair 342001. This is by far my absolute favorite pump. For the last 3 years, I've been pairing it with above ground pools. I mean, it pumps twice the water that a above ground pool does. It's got a bigger impeller. It moves more water, so you can run this motor even slower. And so, I mean, the energy savings on above ground pools, this pump pays for itself in energy savings. There's no question of doubt. It's just, you gotta, you know, go with the upfront cost. You gotta handle that. So, yeah, I'm out here. It's cold. Again, I don't, I'm no videographer. I do the best I can. I just want to get good information to you. I want to show you that those important things that, like the form factor of these pumps, it makes it easy to go to this. And again, these are just service fittings. So like if you have you know, hard plumbing, you can, I had a kit right here. What do I do with the kit? Anyways, this pump here, when you buy oh, here they are. When you buy this pump, it comes with these unions. So one, you know, just a little glue and primer, and your 1.5 inch plumbing goes right into this. This would screw on here. It would screw on here as well. So this pump, when you buy it, whether you buy it on Amazon, wherever you get this thing, it's going to come with a union kit. So, yeah, Superflow union kit. So it comes with that. It makes swapping out the pump super simple. I want to show you how easy it is. So the old single speeds, right? The single speeds ran on 110 or 220. All the variable speed pumps mostly run on 220 only. That's what made me fall in love with this pump in the first place, was that you hook any voltage to this and it figures out what you have for voltage. Like, you don't have to have it, like on this pump, on the Hayward single speeds, and actually Pentair single speeds, Jandy single speeds, all the single speeds, they ran on 220 or 110, but you had to move a jumper. If you didn't move the jumper and you had 220 voltage and you hooked the power up to it, you'd burn out your new pump. With the Pentair 342001, you hook power up to it. I got my extension cord here. Like I said, it's a service pump. You hook any power up to this, 220 or 110, it figures out what you have for voltage. And I'm going to take you real quick. Actually, I'm going to keep this shot rolling because it's super simple. I just want to show you how easy it is to wire this thing. So there's these 4 1/4 inch screws right here. Lift this off, slide it to the side. There's a wire over here. So I'm just going to hang that there. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to show you how simple this is. So I just got this weatherproof fitting. It's got a little rubber in there, right? It's an upgrade to what I used to have over here on my service pump. Look at this thing. The 1-speeds, man, they were bulletproof. Look at the paint on this thing. This thing's lasted me a long, this motor just went through hell with me. This one's only about a year old, but so the wires come in, you put the ground right on the ground, right, which is usually green, and then you hook the black to one side or the other and the white to one side or the other. And you see, I didn't even use any, like, you could put the push clips on or something like that. I like to just use good thick copper and go right under the screw head and call it a day. And you can see what I would, this little control wire is in the lid here that goes to the controls. But somehow I got that. There we go. And then it's just 1, 2, 3, 4 screws. The programming on this thing is like all the instructions are on the lid, but it's super simple to set the time, to do everything. They don't even send you a user manual with this. All you get is this sucker right here, which is all you need. That's how simple it is to program this thing and set it up. I might go do another video at some point, but on how to set this Pentair up. But I'm telling you, this over the energy savings on this beast right here compared to the old single speed. And again, this label says Hayward, but this motor was probably made by Century, who makes the motors for all the brands, Pentair, for you know, Hayward, for Jandy, for, you know, everybody. Them and US Motors made all the pumps, so for all the motors. But I just wanted to introduce you to my favorite variable speed pump, which is this one. And I'm going to introduce you to this new, less expensive model. This model here you can buy on Amazon usually. The cheapest is probably, I've ever seen it, is like $675. I saw this one website one time. I should have bought them up. I don't know if they were trying to get rid of stock or what, but they were at $550, which is like $100 and something below my cost. So at $675, that's actually my cost on this pump right here. So if you find it on Amazon for $675, $700, man, scoff it up. And I'm telling you, compared to this thing, 2 years of running this guy will pay for this. But even better, right? Because you can run this 24 hours a day. Your pool's going to be cleaner. You know, the dirtiest part of the pool is the surface. It catches all the dust, the dirt, the bugs. The more you have that pool skimming, the less your chemicals are going to fall out. You know, the less chlorine you're going to need. The clearer your water's going to be because it's filtering 24 hours a day on a low speed, right? So this takes 1/8 the energy on low speed that this pump that runs at 3,450 RPMs is going to eat up in kilowatts. So this guy over here, you can run him 24 hours a day and save 50% over what you would get with a single speed. But now you're filtering your water all the time, so it's clearer, it's cleaner. You're not beating up on the pump on the filter as much. Jamming water through the filter at constant 3,450 RPM. No, you move it slower so that dirt isn't embedding into your filter media. And it's just a whole better scenario. Everybody, you know, it's going to be the law eventually that everybody has an energy efficient pump. But let me introduce you to the Speck pump. I'm going to cut out here and all right, so now this is the pump I was talking about. Couple awesome things. Now this is an above ground variable speed pump. This one here is not, this specific Speck pump, the E71, is for above ground pools. This is not self priming. They do have a self priming model, the E91, and there's a few differences. Actually, the E91 is slightly more energy efficient, but what this, and I mean slightly, they both cost the same. The Inground version, the E91 versus the E71, they both cost the same. Cool thing is, unlike most Inground pumps, they come with a plug. So like my service pumps, you saw the extension cords. Well, when you buy those pumps, they have no cord. So this is going to come with a 3-prong, you know, this is code, 3-prong twist lock plug, so that, you know, when you're running your service, you just have to get the right receiver. So comes with a plug, which is a huge plus. They cost some money. In-ground people usually hardwire them, but above ground people, they expect a plug, and it comes with a plug. So a couple cool things about this variable speed pump. One, it's the cheapest variable speed pump on the market, so that's huge. Now, above ground pools have several different kinds of filters. They have sand filters, earth filters, and cartridge filters. Same as Inground pools. But, so cartridge filters and DE, diatomaceous earth filters, the filter hookup tends to be down at the bottom of the filter. So you would want a pump that feeds out this way, like this setup here. But here's the really cool thing about this, right? We take this off, right? Suppose you have a sand filter. You want to run the hose up to the top of the filter, right? We take off this unit here. We have this plug right here. We put in here, put our cap back on, and guess what? This goes on here. Now we can run it up. So whether we have a top discharge or a side discharge, this variable speed pump is gonna do it for you. It's got a winterizing plug. It comes with these two fittings for hoses, so that you can hook up hoses. But if you wanted, it also comes with, I'll get that in a second. It also comes with these 1.5 inch slip fittings. So if you wanted a hard plummet, you know, glue and primer and all that stuff, and hard plummet, then you get to, it comes with those fittings as well. The one thing I want to point out, above ground people, pay attention, is that these fittings, right, this size right here is actually 1.25 inches. So this is going to restrict the flow. But if you cut this right here, just like that, you cut off this 1.25 inches, now you have 1.5 inches, and your water's going to flow better. So if you're going to go with, you know, typical, you know, above ground flexible hoses, what you want to do is you want to cut this so that you get rid of this restriction, because you want your water to flow well. So the programming on this pump is super simple. Very easy to understand. Unlike my favorite pump, the Pentair, I know you're having trouble seeing me right now. This comes with an incredible operator's manual. It's got Speck pumps, right? 1.1 dual voltage series, which means it'll run on 110 or 220 like the Pentair. Everybody's starting to catch on to what the Pentair was doing. Even the Haywards now have a dual voltage. But installation information, you know, programming. Where's the programming? Did I miss it? All kinds of warnings. You can't buy anything without warning. Oh yeah, here's the setup, right? So you could program 3 different speeds for different times of the day. The nice thing about this is it's slightly more, right? A 2-speed from Hayward, right? One of the most popular 2-speed above ground pumps. My cost is $300. This, my cost is only like $150 more. And now I get to have all the speeds I want, so I can control it. One of the problems with 2 speeds is, one, with DE, so the 2 speeds, right? 1 speed's 3,450 RPMs. The half speed, the second speed, the low speed, is going to be 1,750 RPM. At 1,750 RPM, you can't fire a lot of heaters. There ain't enough flow. And it won't keep enough DE on there. So you have to always, even, you spend the $300 on the 2-speed pump and it ain't working well on low. So this pump is going to get you to any speed you need. So if everything will flow at 2,000 RPM, if you look at the affinity law chart, you'll see how many watts you're going to use. Actually, this thing here will tell you how many watts you're going to use based on the speed you're running it at. Here it is. Right, so if you're running, what did I say, 2,000, which would probably be good for most heaters. So the approximate RPM is 2,000 to 2,600 RPM, and it's going to use 450 watts versus twice that, versus 1,000 watts at full speed, right? And that's what people are stuck with. And like I already talked about, you know, good filtration, good, unless you like vacuuming your pool and trying to clear the water, and you like cloudy water, filter it all the time, run it all the time, and you're going to be a much happier person. So yeah, this is also, I have not actually used this at all. The Pentair I've been running, like I said, for a few years now. But this has, from the horse's mouth, from other guys in my industry that I trust, they told me this thing's bulletproof. And my distributor locally here in North Andover told me that not one of these came back. They sold like 300 of them last year out of that location, and not one pump came back with a problem. I could say the same thing over 3 years with my Pentair pumps, with one exception. One of them, the housing, that big housing, the programming, it cracked during shipping. That was the only one I returned in 3 years. So these are really good pumps. They're really state-of-the-art, super energy efficient. And so the difference between, before I go, the difference between the E71 Speck pump and the Inground version, which is self-priming, is that the E71 only comes with slip fittings, right? It doesn't come with a barbed fitting for hoses, for like above ground pool hoses. So they're both dual voltage. I'll put a picture of the other one up. It's a little different because the E91, the Inground version, does not have a side discharge. It only has a vertical discharge. So something to keep in mind about that too. So those are the only differences between the two Speck pumps. Is the Inground version is only a vertical discharge, and this one, the above ground, is not self-priming. It says it right on it here somewhere. Yeah, it says install pump under the water level, meaning it won't lift the water. You can't put this above the water level. But with the E91, you can. So this got a nice lid. That's another thing. The Hayward lids, I'm telling you, I sold a couple where I had to go back every time they wanted to change, clean out their debris basket. They're like, oh, it's cool. The Haywards, man, they make a special tool because you can't even, I got one of them laying around here somewhere. They got a special tool because you can't even get the lid off. These are great. The Pentair is super simple because they give you that nice, there. They give you the ears. They give you these two ears that make it really easy to just, and yeah, so that's my variable speed pump review. Really, I don't even need to talk about Hayward. I'm so done with them. Their program is so wonky, so hard to do. I've got people that ask me to come out, open their pool, and please program the pump because they can't figure it out. Even with Google and YouTube and everything out there, they can't figure it out. And I'll tell you, I have a tough time with it because you got to go through these, like you got to hit this 3 times. You got to go, it's a nightmare. You got to hold this button for 3 seconds, and then you got to hold this and 2 buttons together to get to this point. The Pentair 342001 and the Speck pumps, crazy simple program, both crazy durable, and I'm telling you, you above ground people are going to love this because I'm pretty sure we got this out for just like $500. And it comes with the cord, which costs $30, and you don't have to wire it. It's all set up for you. Most above ground pools, because of code, have the 3-prong twist lock. Yeah, so I can't think of anything else to add to this. So I hope this has been helpful and informative for you. I'll put some links down that'll bring you to my pool pump reviews where I'd appreciate it if you do use those links. If you're buying from Amazon, I get a little kiss from that, from Amazon. Yeah, these are the pumps you want. I could tell you any pump and send you to Amazon. I'm telling you, 30 years experience. If you look around my warehouse here, which is a crazy mess right now, right? I'll give you the $2 tour, right? So here's my iHelix hose I use for vacuuming pools. This is the iHelix. This is the best stuff. It ships with most of my pools. So, I mean, look at this place. There's some more iHelix there. Here's my trash pump for draining pools. I mean, there's my plumbing. Look at my plumbing over there. Oh my God. You know how much plumbing I do? You know how many pumps I put in? It's all those bins behind more helix hose and actually that 1.5-inch flex pipe there. But yeah, I've been at this a while. I'm telling you, I'm not gonna steer you wrong. Those are the best pumps you can buy. The one thing I will tell you, the 342001, if that's not enough horsepower for you, it's got a big brother, the 0811 011 or something like that. Again, on my pool pump review, I'll have a link to Amazon, and the part number will be there so you can shop it around, buy it somewhere else if it's cheaper, obviously. Don't just try and get me my kiss from Amazon, obviously. So yeah, so if not this pump, if not the Pentair 342001 Superflow, then you want the bigger brother. It's the 011 811. I don't know. Again, follow the link to my pool pumps review on YouTube, to my website, and all the information will be there for you. If you have any questions, you can put them in the comments down below on YouTube, or you can put them on my website on that pool pump reviews. You can leave comments and ask questions. So anything like that, you know, I'd be glad to help you guys out with. All right, over and out. Mike here, MGK Pools. Hey, I put a lot of like real helpful, I like to think they're real helpful, videos together about cleaning filters and taking care of your pool. And oh, I got this ozone oxygen system that's going to be in a video soon. You should definitely check that out. Subscribe, see the red button, subscribe there. If you hit the little bell next to it, it'll notify you anytime I put up a new video. So if you want to get alerted to when I put up a new video with some information, it'll be there. Also, if I have any coupons or promotions, I usually include those in the videos. Just so you know, in Massachusetts, we have a $500 energy rebate right now from the electric company. You guys pay into it every year. It's called the Mass Saves program in Massachusetts, but they're not giving it to you homeowners. They're giving that $500 to us installers. So I can give you a hell of a deal on these pumps over Amazon. And I encourage you guys, check out your local state energy, look for rebates and stuff like that, because even the Pentair pump, like if you just go on Amazon, and I'd love you to go on Amazon and buy it, they're only going to give you like a 90-day warranty on it, which, again, like I said, in 3 years, hundreds of installs, no problem. So that really isn't an issue. You don't have to worry about warranty. But if you do have a professional install that pump, Pentair will give you 2 years warranty, and it's parts and labor. So that's pretty sweet if you're not installing it yourself. But like I said, when it comes to warranty, like, I don't buy anything based on warranty, especially in the pool industry, but you're not going to have to worry about it with these pumps. So it's not like it's gonna go bad. So that's all I got on pumps. If I think of anything else, I will put it in the comments. All right, have a great day.